Loretta was a pillar of leadership. She truly cared. She truly cared about the children and families of Hawaii. She was unwavering in her expectations that we work together to improve the environment and conditions in which people live so that everyone in our state can have the benefit of good health and good life. Remembering Loretta with much aloha. So that was an email that I just got, and she's going to be sorely missed. If we could just have a moment of silence. Thank you for honoring her memory. Thank you for feeling her spirit here today. And we'll continue with the program. And thank you, Josh.
It was one of the little people in some ways that rose to the director of health, and she carried with her all of those values. The values that we're celebrating today to form this health center. She, over the 30 years, was around when all of the health centers in the state of Hawaii essentially have been built. Think about that. Before her involvement, and it was many, many people like you who came together as communities, but she was always there in the background supporting what is most important, taking care of young women and children and people who are down on their luck and people who just need health care in their community. And then this unbelievable moment. She spent the last 3 years just crusading for better health, and she was on her way to Kalaupapa. And the reason she was going there, I'm not sure if you are aware, I was discussing this with Richard earlier, that the Director of Health is technically, by state statute, it's a strange thing, is the mayor of Kalaupapa. And here again, this Holly lady, not this tall, this wide and sweet, going and being the mayor, and I've had many chances to go and be with people there who suffer from Hansen's disease. And she was, in the spirit of her job, caring for people, and then this plane crash occurs, and she's the only victim. It was the only one we lost yesterday. And many, many people have called me in the last 14 or 16 hours to just express shock and love for her, and all of the news media, and wanted to know what we thought as health decision makers in the state about the passing of Director Fuddy and how tragic it was. But I actually think it was a very different thing that we should know. And that is that it wasn't the tragedy that we're experiencing or expressing today of the loss of an individual, because just one day before her death, the day before yesterday, Hawaii was named, again, the healthiest state in our nation. The healthiest, the number one, because again of things that you are doing here today, that many of us have come together for this last decade to create this health center, that Director Fuddy, that Deliana did for 3 decades, and her last 24 hours, she was basking in that wonderful moment that all of you have contributed to, and all of those children that got better health care and are now young doctors and nurses. All of those thoughts and memories were with her, even during those tragic moments. The day before her death, we became the healthiest state in the country. And so I think it was a triumph of her spirit, and I hope that we will think today that this is an extension of her and the kind of thing she stood for.